If you enjoy the process, then you've already won. Whatever your result that you get out of it, you're already winning all the way through. It's just the icing on the cake. When you get those moments of glamour, you get those moments of recognition. Hi, and welcome to Helping You Perform. I'm your host, Paul Teasdale. Over a career working with high-performing teams from across the globe, including 7 years working with Formula One team McLaren, I've learned a lot about what it takes to drive results. In this weekly podcast series, I'm going to be bringing you tips, tricks and insights from the world of Formula One that you can apply to your organisation for your high performance. Enjoy. Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of Helping You Perform, where I bring my tips, tricks, insights and stories from the world of Formula One and beyond to help you accelerate your own performance. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode 59, which is all about getting back on track. When you haven't been performing at that high level that you know you can, or if you're not there yet, what can you do to get on track, to catch up with and ultimately leapfrog your competition? This week, I wanted to reflect on a couple of conversations that I've been having with people, and they're kind of relatively regular conversations that I have once I mention the fact that I've worked in the world of F1. And interestingly, there's a lot of parallels between this and other high-performance worlds, certainly the ones that have fame and fortune around them. And I wanted to dispel three myths, three things that people always think is happening in the world of high performance, but in my experience simply isn't. So the first one is that high performance is exciting. Now, if you are excited about high performance, yes, but ultimately a lot of the work that goes behind the scenes to get there, to be high performing, to be in a Formula One seat in the first place, and then on the race team, and actually in the car and competing. A lot of the work that goes behind the scenes is very tedious at best. I won't call it boring, because I think boring is more of an opinion piece, but tedious work. The things that have to be done. The work that goes in behind the scenes that nobody ever sees. They see the result. They see the sitting at the Chinese Grand Prix over the weekend. You see the drivers in their seats and ready to go and ready and raring. What they don't see is the sheer amount of repeated, tedious work that needs to go in to make people that good. And it's not just the drivers. It's also the engineers, the team that sits behind it, the logistics team, everyone involved. A lot of what you have to do in the high-performance world is fairly tedious. So that's the first myth. The second one is that it's easy. A lot of people see the natural skill or comment on, oh, that's a really skilled natural driver. And Fernando Alonso, who was there for a long time when I was at McLaren, people mention him, they got that natural skill, and it even goes to the same extent for people behind the scenes as well. You've got naturally gifted engineers or naturally gifted salespeople. But actually, that comes with hard work. Nobody at that level, at any level of high performance, can be there and stay there with purely natural ability. You have to put in the hard graft. So not only is it tedious, it's also hard work. There's a lot of hard work that goes in behind the scenes. And the final one is that the whole thing is glamorous. Because quite often when we talk about high performance, we'll be talking about either the world of F1, or we'll be talking about the race and the champagne and the fame and the fortune, the television that goes along with it. But even when we talk about high performance in business, we often refer to the award ceremonies and the media coverage and bits and pieces that make it seem very glamorous. You're talking to people who are high up in your industry, or maybe some famous people have been involved because of the success of your particular vocation. Well, that is one moment in time. And actually, when I often joke the fact that I moved from New Zealand back to the UK to work for McLaren, and I'll often joke that I was living next to the sea in New Zealand in order to be enticed into a windowless office in Woking to work on supermarket shelf stacking. And that will be talked about and has been talked about in other episodes as well. But there's a lot of unglamorous elements to what needs to go on. Even, the people who are making the strategic decisions, the strategists and the team that supports with all the data and analytics, who are really high performing in and of themselves, are sitting at maybe 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting in a windowless environment in the middle of Woking, analyzing data and poring over some of the things that are going on, making a very unglamorous lifestyle of what's happening behind those scenes. And it's really important to understand those three things. Is it exciting? Is it easy? And is it glamorous? This world of high performance, whatever that might be, in sport, in entertainment, or in industry, business in general. And in my mind, that is the result. That's the thing that you see. You have to be willing to enjoy the process. And I talked about this in the last episode. If you enjoy the process, then you've already won. Whatever your result that you get out of it, you're already winning all the way through. It's just the icing on the cake. When you get those moments of glamour, you get those moments of recognition. So if you want to be high performing in your industry, I would highly recommend and highly challenge you, if you were thinking differently, in terms of, are you interested and are you focused on getting the result, getting that fame, that fortune, that award, that recognition, whatever that might be in your industry? Or are you interested in really putting in the hard graft and doing the tedious work? Because actually, there's a lot to it. There's a lot of tedious and hard work and unglamorous work that goes behind the scenes. But actually, I like doing that. And I'm willing to do that. And I'll often talk to my children about, it's not what you want, it's what you're willing to work for. So have a think about that for yourself. Is high performance in your mind exciting, sort of easy, and glamorous? Because if it is, I think you're missing out on the real value of a high performance journey, which is tedious, hard work, and unglamorous. But ultimately, if you're doing the things you love, it's that stuff that you're willing to do and you want to do and actually enjoy doing that will get you that high performance in the long run. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this episode and hear what your experiences are in this field. As always, contact me via the website at www.paulteasdale.co.uk. You'll find an opportunity for a free, no obligation 30-minute chat. Set that up with me. I'd love to hear from you. And let's hopefully accelerate your performance off the back of this. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Helping You Perform podcast. If you found value in this episode, please take a moment to like, share, or review the podcast. You can reach out to me at any time, either through LinkedIn or through my website at www.paulteasdale.co.uk. I look forward to speaking to you in the next episode.